Welcome back to another video here with me, Arne. We're playing Domain Ramp. The standard qualifier in Arena will be happening next week. There's already playing qualifiers this Friday. So yeah, getting all the knowledge you can if you want to prepare for that event about standard is that is what I'm providing to you here. And this in front of me is the Channelfireball ramp list they used as a team. Half of them, not everybody. They were split on mono white humans and on Domain Ramp for the World Championship, and they had a pretty good record with the deck. One big thing about it is certainly that it had a really good matchup against Esper midrange, which seems to be, you know, the universally accepted best deck in the format. So yeah, if that stays true, which, you know, I'm a little skeptical of, because again, Esper midrange has the tools of, for example, Disdainful Stroke, maybe the best card in the format against the ramp deck they can just put into their sideboard. But hey, you have various tools like Courier's Briefcase on Up the Beanstalk to go a little bit under the counter magic, and you can just overwhelm your opponent with your high-end spells. So maybe Domain Ramp is a pretty decent metagame choice currently. And yeah, so I'm gonna run it for you through some matches on the ladder. You know, the deck has been around for a while. Recent addition, of course, Virtue of Persistent, giving you another late game bomb that is also a cheap removal spell, and Up the Beanstalk as a cheap card draw option that sort of hits your land drops early and then later keeps the gas flowing. And yeah, what is nice about this, what's usually bad about ramp decks is that you can really have awkward draws where you draw a bunch of your payoffs. But this new iteration of the Domain Ramp, of the ramp archetype, we've seen, like in the past, we've seen Eldrazi green-white ramp decks and red-green Atraxa ramp and mono-green Devotion ramp. Back in the Pharaohs days, you know, when I started playing Magic around Pharaohs and Khans. So we've seen a lot of ramp decks. But sometimes an issue with those where that if you draw the wrong half of your deck, you're going to be screwed with a bunch of 7-drops. Or you draw a bunch of your ramp enablers, then you're going to have a bunch of mana, no payoff, which is also not great. So this deck really does a nice job in having these split spells with Virtue of Persistence and Herd Migration basically being 2-drops in conjunction with being a 7-drop. So that's super awesome. So Courier's Briefcase is a 2-drop, but also not a bad late game top deck. Draw 3, make a 1/1, and then Archangel of Wrath also having a bit of a flexibility on that card. And Invasion of Zendikar is one of the best ramp cards. I mean, Topiary Stomper and Invasion of Zendikar, to be fair, are two of the best ramp cards we've seen in a long time. You get a 4/4 body, sure, not enabled immediately, but later on with Vigilance, quite nice in a Wandering Emperor, dominate the format like standard is. And Invasion of Zendikar is just just Explosive Vegetation, which has been a card around with incredible upside and great synergy with the Topiary Stomper. Or the Archangel of Wrath, which can shoot down the invasion as well, providing you with that 4/4 haster, which can really clock your opponent quickly if you get to flip that thing for Stomp. You have 8 power, boom, 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 go to town. You also have Mirrex in the mana base, quite nice against counter spells. And yeah, the deck all around very strong, very powerful. Sunfall, one of the most powerful cards in the format. Leyline Binding, I mean, I don't have to explain you the power of that card. Multi-format all-star, and yeah, I think with that we have said enough about the main deck. The sideboard has some useful addition, knockout blow against mono red. The aggressive matchups are a little bit more difficult for the deck. Duress helps against counter spells, then Disdainful Stroke for the mirror match, Obstinate Baloth against red and Liliana of the Veil, Anoint with Affliction against Thornwood Dread Knight, or Esper Legends with like a Denic and various things you want to exile. Same with Elspeth Smite, also quite nice against things that you have to exile. And then we have one Seedshark and one Up the Beanstalk, which sort of round out that flexible card sideboard slot that is good in an environment where there's duress from the opponent coming in, or like counter spells, especially Negate isn't great against a Seedshark. Seedshark is just a perfect sideboard threat. Honestly, I found in a multitude of formats. Just going around Negate, being cheap enough to not run into Make Disappear, going around Disdainful Stroke, going around Duress. Really, all those cards come in against these ramp decks, and then Seedshark just, you know, is good against all of them, which is kind of neat, and then very powerful with Leyline Binding, of course. All right, that is Domain Ramp. Let's play some games and see if this deck is still up to no good. All right, enjoy the gameplay. All right, what do we have? Oh, this is a bit of an awkward hand. Huh. We can get plains and black, I suppose. Have a turn-free Leyline Binding, no payoff, 6 lands in a way. This is on the low end of hands. I mean, we do have an enabler already, so if we... It just is a rough hand. I think I'm gonna go to 6. Like, if you find an invasion, you can recoup some of the lost card advantage, but this is, of course, a deck that is very mana intensive. So, like, card intensive, you don't necessarily want to take mulligans. You cannot afford to not make your land drop, especially. And by the way, I forgot for the intro, I forgot to disable my my Twitch. I used the wrong scene. So if you saw the Twitch follower stuff, yeah, that was because I used the wrong scene. All right, I'm just gonna get a plains. So we need it for the Sunfall. Maybe we're playing against Esper here. Okay. Well, black and red colors are missing. I need them for Archangel and Leyline Binding, of course, and also Atraxa. But I think I'm so flooded on lands here that it's just Esper mid-range, no? Maybe Esper control. So flooded on lands that I can't afford to play another land there, I think. Okay, probably just Esper control, which is a matchup that is a bit difficult, I would say. But Mirrex can really help. Yeah, that's a lot of lands here. Okay. If they have Wandering Emperor, that would be annoying. They do have it. Okay. I really don't like using my Leyline Binding on an Emperor. Maybe it's a bit greedy to not do it. It's like I might just lose to the Samurai army if they have a counterspell for the Sunfall down the line. Okay, so it's Esper mid-range, so at least that makes it less likely they have an answer to Leyline Binding. I mean, Voidrand is a commonly played card in Esper control. Not in Esper mid-range. I could get rid of this betting announcement. Seems likely that they have... yeah, I think I'm gonna do so. Seems likely that they have a make disappear. Threatening here. The way they played this game. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I'm gonna use it to kill one of these. Okay. And then we're gonna play an island. No attacks. So against Make Disappear, you just want to make land drops, prolong the game, and then as soon as you have a bunch of mana, even like Invasion getting you up to 11 mana is kind of nice against Make Disappear, because that's sort of the sweet spot where you can play around the Make Disappear with Casualty too. So, yeah. Okay. One's missing land drops. The Virtue is not very threatening here. I could play it and just likely trade for a Make Disappear. Maybe clear the way a little bit. I think Mirrex tokens, they don't really accomplish much. I can cycle this. Just like right now, it doesn't do anything. Yeah. So maybe they're not even going to counter it. So game 1 is the matchup for Domain Ramp. I think that Domain Ramp is certainly ahead in game 1 against Esper midrange by a good amount, because, you know, they don't have many counters. But it really depends, of course, on how each player draws. It's not super lopsided. Like, I need to draw Invasion and Topiary Stomper early on, get my mana going, you know. If that doesn't happen, I'm so much slower. Topiary Stomper is also just incredibly good in the matchup, because it ramps you, and then it also has a really relevant body that stops the opponent from attacking or pressures their Wandering Emperor. They have to use a Go for the Throat. So yeah, like, things are not coming together for me in this game, obviously. That's well, we're likely gonna succumb. We'll see. It depends really how many. So this is already a lot of pressure. I can cast Sunfall next turn. Ruin make disappear. I think I'm just gonna do this. See if they respond. Okay, they won't. Yeah, makes sense. And then we just hope that they have exactly one make disappear. And then we Sunfall next turn with enough mana to pay for the make disappear. That's all I got. Another Emperor to make another token. So they have 5, 6, 8, 10 damage. So yeah, I mean, I could have played Atraxa last turn instead of the Virtue to get it a bit more damage. To have at least one make disappear out of their hand. Maybe that would have been a safer choice. Yeah. At this point, they might just have to make disappears, especially for Fiend drawing 5 extra cards. So this is maximum. Wait, this could be 16? Wow, this actually could be 16. That's pretty sick. Yeah, if they have 5 spells, I'm dead. 7, 10, 16. Wow, impressive. Okay, yeah, I think I played a bit too conservatively there. Should have just played the Atraxa last turn. Alright, yeah. Didn't really think I could die in one swing there. Wandering Emperor into Raffine, or like an airtie end of turn into Raffine, although did it. So just playing the Virtue was just too greedy. Okay, down a game against Esper. Destroy Evil is nice. So what CFP doesn't have, they don't have like Fran or the Frirenax. I think Fran is pretty good in this matchup. The Frirenax is a bit difficult to cast and kind of slow, so I don't love it too much. Okay, Virtue of Persistence is not that great here. I like Up the Beanstalk. I think I like Anoint with Affliction. Just takes out some pressure. Could play the Seedshark. Could play Duress. I think Duress is actually kind of nice. How do I make space for Duress? Maybe cut a Briefcase. Cut a Sunfall. I do like Sunfall in the matchup, but it does get, I think it gets weaker the more conservative your opponent plays, and my opponent showed, at least in game 1, patience in deploying their things. So I'm just gonna give them credit and cut the Sunfall. If they're not really playing aggressively into it, I think you could get stuck with it, so I'm just gonna shave one. But yeah, I made a mistake that game. I should have just played the Atraxa. Played a bit too fast there. Okay, this is big. We get to resolve the Stomper. They can take the Invasion, but at least we get to resolve the Stomper. Okay, pretty reactive hand. A neat sideboard plan I haven't really tried out of ramp, but maybe playing Fairy Mastermind. It's a pretty good card. Yeah. Could get a little frisky here with an Archangel. Okay. It's kind of awkward to play a Wandering Emperor in that spot. Okay. Kaito would be a reason to kill the Fairy Mastermind right now. They know about my Sunfall. They don't know about the Angel. The Angel is pretty nice against the Mastermind. I think I'm gonna try to not... Like, I think I want to try to Archangel if I draw an untapped land. That's interesting too. Maybe I needed less removal. I mean, I'm really flooding on removal right now. I would love to have other things. Airtie. Well, I can't do anything about that. But I can take the Make Disappear. And what then? Just pass? Just pass, and then they can activate this, then I can go for the fruit in response. They're not doing anything. Patient. So am I supposed to just go for the fruit now? I think so. Okay. A little bit of a draw-go situation then, I guess. Do I play that? I think so. Wanna have the red and the 7th land doesn't hurt. Virtue for loyalty. Destroy evil. Yeah, I mean, having... Let me just do it for 1, actually. So I want to keep up 1 binding here. They let that happen. Okay. Guess they're planning to use the Destroy Evil. I like how they're playing this game. Just gonna play the Virtue? Nah. Thinking about playing the Lauren? Nah. Just passing, right? Playing the Virtue? Wild. What if I have a Atraxa? I mean, I guess they know that I have... Huh. So I get Archangel. They kind of have to Airtie at some point anyways. I wonder if I should get aggressive or wait. Maybe I should wait. Like, if I get the Archangel out, I have a clock, so they have to anti the Archangel at some point. But they could draw, like, Wandering Emperor, which would be brutal. Get rid of my Emperor that way, still have an anti. I don't know, I feel like I have to make a move here. I'm gonna leave up Boseiju instead of dealing in 2 more. Just be mana efficient. That doesn't work. I don't... oh, I see. Never mind. That's why they do it. That confused me for a second. Oops. Well, made a mistake there. Looks like opponent's playing multiple Fairy Mastermind. Maybe they're playing my list. They're playing Virtue and Mastermind. Some lists don't play any Mastermind. But they're playing an Island though. That's unusual. But I don't have that, I guess I should say. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Shit. Oh, that was stupid. Oops. Welp. Well, I mean, I would have likely activated end of turn anyways. Maybe, probably not, honestly. But I wanted to draw exactly the Beanstalk, so I guess I got a little rewarded for my play. Beanstalk is quite bad against Mastermind. I know about the Sunfall. So if they go for Erta here, they're gonna draw another card, but I'm also gonna draw a card. They activate the Fairy, okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna cycle. If you have another Fairy, you got me. Okay. Yeah, I really like how my opponent played this game. Just looks very good. Playing around the Sunfall. I'm glad I boarded one out. Sunfall looking pretty bad here. I mean, it is a threat. It is threatening. It does have impact on the game just being in my hand here. But yeah, they probably would play around it even if they wouldn't know about it. Okay, another threat is good. No Emperor makes me happy. I mean, I'm winning this race. My opponent has to make a move. Okay. Certainly not bad. So I have 6. Yeah, I think I just slam Archangel here. 4, 6. I could do it for 1. Then I could still Sunfall. I think I'm just gonna do it for 2. They have to airtie that, and it plays around Make Disappear. I'm gonna draw an extra card. Yeah. Another Sunfall, okay. Exactly 10 mana, so I can cast both. Like, I think Sunfall is, you know, in Esper control, it's probably debatable if you want to take them out, but even there, you probably need them in this matchup. But yeah, like, because you have so many expensive cards anyways, and at some point they're exhausted, it's fine to just keep Sunfall. They must counters at some point. They can't play for forever around them. They can activate Lauren. Okay, that was good. Getting a 6/6, they're at 7. Ah, another fairy. Wow. Okay, they're going pretty deep on the non-Denic 2-drops, which is great for this matchup. I mean, Denic is not very impressive here. One of the worst 2-drop in this matchup of the 3. So having a bunch of fairies is great. I gotta be careful. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go with the big angel now. Okay, they're out of counter magic. They didn't even try to draw a card there, which is interesting. Alright, so take the planes, take the creature, take the instant, take the binding, then one of those 4. I think their hand is nothing, so I don't like Duress. It's probably just a herd migration for me over Sunfall. Sunfall is a bit of an insurance policy, I guess. Well, I'll take down Sunfall. And then I could get frisky, or I could just kill this, play Topiary Stomper. I'm at 9, you know, like, I don't have to be aggressive here, I think. Maybe an Emperor. Just to go for the front. Not a go for the front, okay. Well, I'm kind of glad I took the Sunfall, I guess. Didn't want to activate. Alright, I'll just kill you now. Take 4 from the 2/2, it's good to 5. They draw 2 cards, maybe more if they activate now. They could activate again, then they draw 2. Mastermind seems really good in this matchup. Games go really long, it works well with the counter plan. Seems very nice to have. It's notable that they kept in go for the throats. Maybe they cut the Raffine? Alright. Okay. Yeah, I go to 2. I have these hurt migrations to gain some life. So I don't die to a shielded. Okay, no land drop. So I have 4, 6, 7. Could hit him down to 1 or play Hurt Migration. Probably good to just play Hurt Migration. I'm at 5. Can't see myself dying, so I should probably have this next turn. Like 15 and then 9 more power here. They need a sweeper. Yep. Yep. They have 3 blockers. I can Leyline Binding, they can Plaza, but they just take way too much damage. Okay. Maybe they have Emperor. Oh shit, 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 shit. No! Damn it, I clicked through. Oh, gosh. I wanted to, I don't know, accidentally clicked. That's so stupid. So now I actually don't win. They have Emperor. That sucks. That sucks. I could lose this game? Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so bad. Oh gosh, and they gain a bunch of life as well. Yeah, I mean, this was a win. Like, if I just activate these 2, I'd probably win this game, which is what I'm supposed to do in this spot. Okay, so I can go up to 8. I'll definitely lose 2, go to 6, and then this can deal me another 5. They had 1. So they're gonna gain, like, potentially 6 life. They have another Emperor, they can go up to 8. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm safe at 8. I just really want to make sure they die. Stupid. Just that. So they need to make me draw a card, so if they have another Fairy Mastermind they can get there, or an Airtie. Maybe it was safer to just keep the Hurt Migration in hand, die to less things. Block. But I might not be able to kill them, you know, if they have like 2 more blockers. Or like an Emperor and a blocker, then they can maybe survive. Right, because I only have like 4 attackers, maybe a Mirrex totem. They had 5, they kill 1, go up to 7, block 2. They wouldn't die, so I think I was supposed to third migrate there. Don't think there's much downside in trying to play this first. I mean, I give more information about my deck. And there's no card he can have to survive here, right? Okay, Leyline Binding. Duress, Invasion, Land, Creature. Odavara, yeah. Odavara can bounce the... Oh, wow. Did my opponent just miss the kill? No. Maybe. They could have bounced Odavara. Use the Odavara for 2 mana. Ah, they don't have enough mana. Then they have to activate the Mastermind. And they just don't have enough mana to do everything. Like, I can cast another Leyline Binding here. They can give Plaza protection. But then they don't have enough mana to activate the Fairy. And even if they activate the Fairy, I can then, in response, cast a Leyline Binding, exile the Shieldred again. So, like, there's no way they could have done it. Like, this is all, in the end, doing nothing to make them win. Yeah, I didn't need to give them a turn. If I would just activate these 2 the last turn, I would have won. Okay, ugh. Well, I wanted to. I just click through it. Okay. Yeah, pretty grindy. No Disdainful Stroke, a Razor Lash, and Captain the Raffine. Probably boarded out all Denix. Okay. I definitely like the Anoints against those Masterminds. And Seedshark looks kind of decent, as does the Briefcase, I guess. Beanstalk looks pretty rough against the Mastermind. Interesting. Maybe I want some virtues because of those Masterminds. It's just the only creature I can profitably kill with that, I feel like. It's just too important though, I guess. Leyline Binding is awkward. Certainly weak. But I do have Up the Beanstalk as well, which at that point you probably have to play Leyline Binding. Okay, what about the Duress? Do I care too much about Duress? It's probably good, yeah. Not super sure what I should cut. I feel like the games go long enough that, you know, you're going to draw a lot of cards and then you're going to find an Atraxa down the line. Yep. So I have the removal for the Mastermind, making my Beanstalk better. I have to, like, this hand's just great. Missing a Leyline Binding, I guess. But if I draw a Leyline Binding, I have it for 1 mana too, which is amazing. So really good setup. Wonder about drag to the bottom. I guess Sunfall is just so much better. There's a card you could play. I'm a little worried about the Mastermind if I play the Beanstalk here. I think I'm just gonna chill on the Beanstalk. I don't have any 5-drops I'm casting anytime soon. This allows me to cast the Stomper next turn as well. Threatening card would be Kaito here. Just gonna jam. Like, I have another thing I can jam next turn, so if they counter, I'm actually like fine with that. Okay. I'm certainly not playing an Up the Beanstalk now. Could just play Sunfall. Makes them have to spend their mana on casting a counter spell. They could just draw 2 cards. They could just draw 2 and yeah, this is reasonable too. But like then I get to kill both the fairies. I don't hate that. I'm just gonna cast Invasion and then probably Boseiju the wedding announcement. I guess I could also activate here and attack. That's actually interesting. Bit 2 green, 1 blue. Guess I really don't need the blue, do I? So I guess I just get green and white. They can just jump. I think I'm better off with the Boseiju line. Okay. They could have double blocked there. Okay. Okay. Interesting tapping. Keeping up the pain lands instead of the island. They're not attacking because I have this. Makes sense. Just gonna destroy you. 2 cards in hand. No land drop made. Don't hate my spot. I have Mirrex going. Topiary Stomper is nice. Maybe they just double block me. I think if they double block me, I'm just gonna let it happen. Yeah. I can trim down the invasion with the Mirrex tokens or the Stomper. They have a go for the... Jeez. Fly. Go for the throat here for the Stomper, yeah. Destroy evil, sure. So it's been a pretty great match. I'm looking to 5 by them as well here. Not playing the Virtue, signalizing a counterspell. Or some sort of flash threat at least. Maybe a Wandering Emperor. A Mastermind. Activate that. No. I think we're killing the Mastermind here if we go for the throat. I'm already going lower. Could choose to exile this Razor Lash, but I do get a 4/4 Vigilance creature, so at that point Don't really care about the Razor Lash. Okay, looks like they could just Leyline Binding now, I guess. Okay. Maybe they have a Negate, last card. Anoint. One turn too late, I guess. They're also a pretty good answer to the Razor Lash. One card that's scary certainly is the Kaito. Oh, there. Yes, the Razor Lash again. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna do it again in the second main. So if they have a counter for the Anoint, I might just destroy the Virtue. They do have Negate, huh? Or what? Oh. Okay, sure. That makes sense. It's good use for Make Disappear here. I'm surprised they didn't do it the turn before. They don't want to return. Ooh, just concede. Wow. Why did they concede there? I mean, but just have lands. You have a can get this back. Have a 5/4/2 into a 5/3. You're probably losing to the Mirrex, but okay. Close game. I didn't mulligan to 5. Certainly helped. But yeah, this is sort of how it goes against Esper, I guess. That was a good showing. And they never cast the Disdainful Stroke. So imagine if your Esper opponent has 4 Disdainful Stroke. They seem to have a lot of these non-Denic 2-drops, that's for sure. Which is interesting. Angel Maker 84 on the draw here. It's another weird one. If I had one Leyline Binding, I would snap keep. No ramp, just 6 lands basically, and then Up the Beanstalk. The right mana, but no acceleration. This is just a bit weak, I think. Tough. Maybe you're supposed to keep these hands though. Like, the setup is somewhat there. I have the Up the Beanstalk. Oh, it's a nice card in some matchups. It'd go a little slower. Like, this is a fine. Oh, this is a Ram Mirror match. Certainly a fine hand in a Ram Mirror match, I guess. Although here you really would want some acceleration, of course. As you want in every matchup. I mean, calling this a ramp deck is somewhat interesting too, because it only plays 8 ramp effects. So, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird deck. Okay. It's actually the first time for me playing this matchup, so we see how it goes. Heard it can go to decking. That's gonna be nuts. I'm certainly happy I have 3 Disdainful Stroke in my sideboard. Ugh. Yikes. Yeah, that's the start you want to have on the play. I mean, the first one who casts Atraxa is usually also probably the one winning. You can get that draw 5 and then just snowball from there. Oh, they don't have that land though. Those are some good news for me. Sunfall. I might have to do it now, reason being that if I do it at instant speed, they can Leyline Binding in response. But then I can Boseiju. And then they could hit the invasion and flip it. But I guess that's not even that bad because I have Sunfall. Alright, I'll pass. Yeah, having 4 copies of Sunfall is going to make this also pretty interesting. Boseiju might have to actually long-term thinking be reserved for that Mirrex, because that is, if the game goes on for like 10-15 turns, that is actually a source of card advantage that it's a bit difficult to deal with. This is also a land, which is kind of funny. So it does enable the Topiary Stomper. Right, I think it is a land. It's like a land creature. It's a land in addition to its other types, yeah. It's not just a mana creature, it's a land. Okay, so I'm gonna get the plains and wipe the board. So, pretty good comeback move. Draw a card as well. Don't have the great start, but missing your land drop twice is of course not where you want to be. Okay. Briefcase. Mirrex. This is gonna be a crazy game, I have a feeling. I mean, might like if they have Atraxa here, I might just, you know, be in a word of hurt very soon. It's a bit unfortunate that Beanstalk doesn't trigger with an Archangel. And again, like, I think getting rid of the Briefcase with Boseiju, you could think that's, oh, I'm preventing a draw free there. But I think Mirrex is the prime target for Boseiju in like a long drawn out game, which this might just be. We'll see. Maybe I'm overestimating the power of Mirrex. But like, even if my opponent has Atraxa, if I have another Sunfall, I can maybe stabilize again. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem for sure. Yes. All these herd migrations require Sunfall. It's kind of wild. But I guess this makes me think that my opponent at least doesn't have Atraxa. Oh my god, did it hit the same? It didn't hit the same because Arena moved the creature? Are you joking? What was that? They differentiated it because it had damage, and I just clicked. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks. Learning the hard way. Yikes. I mean, I get it, differentiated because it's different, but frustrating. Super frustrating. Yeah, I mean, this might actually go to decking. They have double Mirrex now. They kill both angels, hit me for 15. Yeah, it would be nice to have one of those creatures be actually in the graveyard. That would certainly help. Maybe I was too hasty casting that first Archangel. Maybe you do want to slow roll it. And I could have also played an untapped land, so I have Leyline Binding up. Welp. If this gets killed, exile this, take 15. It's just, it tilts me so hard that, man, it's just so frustrating. If I had 11 live, I guess I would still die. So what I should have probably, how I should have played this entire time, like I just misplayed, to be fair. Like I should have played untapped land, play Archangel, kill the beast, obviously, and then also have Leyline Binding up. That's what I should have done. The way I played it was just too risky. Just 2 blockers is not enough. And I should have anticipated that I have to Leyline Binding one thing or another. Just so stupid. Okay. Well, I can hope, I guess, that they just have one answer to Atraxa, which is going to be a Leyline Binding, and at that point I can then Leyline Binding, get the Atraxa into play again. You know, maybe win from there. Discard 2 cards. Okay. It's a go for the throat. Which they probably play exactly 1 copy of. Yeah, great. Fantastic. That was a tilt. I guess, wait a minute. Could have actually destroyed that, get the angel, block 1, take 15. No, I'm super dead. Man, that was freaking frustrating. Okay, concentrate. Back to the game. Okay, so I think Virtue is probably not great. Archangel is not great. Go for the throat. Maybe, maybe not. Destroy Evil, Disdainful Stroke, Negate, Duress, Beanstalk, Shark. Sunfall is weird. Maybe Sunfall isn't that good actually. Okay. This is kind of nice to trade with the Stomper to flip your invasion. Post-board game. Maybe I should have cut an invasion. Nah, these post-board games are going to be a little weird. They're going to revolve around counter magic a little bit and around the small 2-mana green cards. Courier's Briefcase and Beanstalk are going to be good, I think. Okay, just concentrate. Play a little slower. Don't click hastily and lose to the arena UI being shitty again. Probably just gonna go for the herd migration instead of the briefcase. Make sure that I hit the land drop. Okay, sure. The ramp deck is a lot better when it always has the Stomper turn 2. It's certainly turn 3. It certainly is a lot better. Very important to have on turn 3. As is a turn 4 invasion gonna be very important and good. So get a swamp. Already set on green. Oh, it's gonna be good down the line. So I want another blue and what else? I have 3 white. Third green or second black? I have Duress. Third green. I do have Stomper. I have Duress and go for the throat. I'm gonna be better off third green. I think I might draw like Stomper and then I want to have maybe the Spara's headquarters up. I don't know. We'll see. I have Virtue in my deck. Basically, the only black cards I have the Archangel, Atraxa, and Duress. It's a pretty low amount. Well, maybe they're missing the land drop again. If they're not missing the land drop again, I'm in trouble. But I think I'm supposed to play Invasion there? Like, am I supposed to keep up the Disdainful Stroke? I don't know. I think so. It is the nut curve. They basically had the nuts 2 games in a row, which doesn't help, of course. If I draw an untapped land, I'm good. I did not. Okay, 2 strokes is nice. Like, the thing is, I don't have anything against 2/4/4, so I think I just have to counter that. Which is rough, but yeah, it's just... That shows the strength of Topiary Stomper, my goodness. In conjunction with Invasion in this matchup. Okay, that's really important, apparently. Just when you get the Stomper turn 3, turn 4 Invasion, 5th land. I mean, maybe I should have kept up the stroke, because that's just so threatening what they did there. It's a pretty aggressive Leyline Binding. Ay, ay, ay. Like if I don't count, if I do not counter this, then what am I? They're gonna jump the Stomper. I don't have an answer. Next turn they can attack it again. Then they have 8 power. I have nothing to answer the board. I think I have to Disdainful Stroke that. They don't have lands, so their hand is probably super stacked. I could just risk it, play Atraxa. Probably as long as I have other things to do, I shouldn't just slam. It looks like they don't have... Hopefully they don't have an answer to the Shark. Then I can maybe win with the Shark a little bit. Like get an advantage going. We'll see. Sunfall. They kept the Sunfall in the deck. That's really nice. I'm gonna play around Stroke. I'm not gonna just slam my Atraxa. I can get the Briefcase, draw 5, draw 3, I mean, 5. Interesting. Do want to get the Shark token. Looks like they have Stroke, yeah. This makes their thing a bit bigger, which is unfortunate. Guess I could draw 3 in response. Why not? Okay, love it. No more Stroke I have to play around? Ding, ding, ding. Alright. I could Mirrex plus Duress. That's kind of neat. Artifact, creature. And... Ooh, I think I just take go for the throat. Virtue, okay. Okay, they never had the Stroke. Bluffing it. Well played by the opponent, I guess. They kept in the Virtue. I guess at some point it's a must kill. But it's very easy to destroy, I feel like. In Leyline Binding trades with it. The -3/-3 part just kind of does nothing. I don't know, I don't love it. Alright, opponent. Pick. Make your pick. Briefcase it is, okay. So I can, if I draw a land, I can play Stomper and Archangel. It's an untapped land, I mean. No, I'm just gonna go with Archangel. And the only way I really lose is if they drop Atraxa. So in that scenario, I would like to draw more cards. To find a Disdainful Stroke. Plus 17. Up to 13. Just seems kind of nice to get the Archangel going here. This time, I'm not going to do the same mistake. Okay. One click. Yeah. It moved it again. Man, you really got to be careful there. They used up 2 Sunfall. Maybe you do need Sunfall the more I think about it because of Help Migration as well. Sunfall is just like your... It's always going to be good, right? You always hit stuff. Maybe it's better than the Angel. Duress. How good is Duress? Can be good. Okay, I get rid of the Gopher for another Sunfall. We're just all in on Sunfall. Sunfall is the king. Duress I'm not super sure about. Could see that it's not great. It's like, there's spots where it's going to be good, of course, where you take that Disdainful Stroke, or you take that Invasion early game, or that Beanstalk. Maybe, although taking Beanstalk is going to be very difficult. You kind of need a Mirrex or Swamp turn 1 to be able to take a Beanstalk on the draw. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be okay. But then, like, then there's situations in the late game where, you know, your opponent just won't have a hand, maybe. Although I guess you can use it after they Atraxa or whatever. Okay. It's a pretty decent 6. Okay. Just one more land. Alright, I'll take that. Negate for turn 4 Invasion. You got the Stomper as always. Of course. Turn 3 Stomper it is. Yeah, you're really screwed on the draw against ramp. Like, you cannot really... Like, if I had an untapped land, I could play Stomper here. But then they play Invasion and you just fall so far behind from there. So it's probably better to just keep up the Negate in that spot. Oh, they don't even have the land. Well, I don't have the land either, so I can't. I think I just have to play this and hope they don't have another Invasion. So just get a Swamp. Well, they might not have the land. That's my saving grace here. Ah, they don't. Good. They don't. So I don't have the land either, so I can't do the same play, but yeah. Weird. Ah! 5 cards, all spells. I kind of want to... Leyline Binding on a Stomper, it's just... That does not feel good. But like, I might have to do it. I could also play my Invasion, just hope they don't have a land. But then if they have another Invasion... maybe I just have to... I don't know. Get rid of the Stomper, draw a card, hope to find a land, and get going from there. Not making a land drop is pain. Okay, not great. Guess I could invade an Exile Invasion, that's even worse. Weird. Yeah, maybe I risk it, play the Invasion, just pray. Maybe because I have Sunfall as well. It did hit the land. Okay. Guess I'm just gonna stroke that. Then hope to find land, play Invasion. At this point, I just have to slam Invasion. Atraxa, yep. Didn't expect that. Duress. Made the land drop already. Destroy evil Duress. 4 cards. Not the best Atraxa ever. Just casting a Sunfall for 2 is not great. Although if they have Duress and a Disdainful Stroke, they can just get rid of both my Sunfalls, and then I'm kind of soft to this Atraxa. But I'm still at 20. I think I'm gonna be okay. Forest, Island, or Swamp. Maybe Swamp because of Duress. Could bluff the Stroke. Maybe. I mean, they're gonna Duress me anyway, so I don't think there's much purpose in Duress and in bluffing anything. If they see my hand, it doesn't make any sense. So forget about that forward. I'm not even trying to flip the invasion, which kind of makes me think they don't have a counterspell. Maybe I want to wait with the invasion perhaps until they Archangel it. Oh, they played Archangel. That's interesting. Okay. And this obviously makes me think they have Stroke. I could play Atraxa. I think Sunfall might actually be better than Atraxa. But like if I go to 10, I'm in range of getting burned out by Archangel. If I go Sunfall, I can then go Herd Migration, play a land, cast Leyline Binding. Just the Atraxa is a big issue because I have like Destroy Evil, go for the throat, and Sunfall as my clean answers. I could still wait. How much mana? I have 8 mana, so I could Herd Migrate into Atraxa, I guess. That way I gain life, make a land drop. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the move. I mean, if they're smart, they might not even Stroke that, because it technically is just card draw, and the important card is still the Sunfall. Like, they have to destroy Evil for my Atraxa. They can Leyline Binding end of turn, destroy my Leyline Binding. Get another 4/4 into play, maybe. Maybe kill me? I don't know. Two blockers. Beanstalk. It's 18 damage. If you got it, you got it. They don't have it. So I go to 2. Boseiju. It's pretty good. I do have more card draw though. Welp. I could draw 3 first. And then find Duress. I think that actually makes sense. So just play around. Play around the Disdainful Stroke as best as I can. Alright, that worked. Could get rid of the Beanstalk if I want to. What is threatening at this point? They could have a hurt migration. I guess I just lose to that pretty much. They don't have a Stroke in hand. They don't have an Archangel. They might have another Atraxa. Guess I'm just gonna chill. Just pass. Okay, nice. Okay. I think first things first, I'm just gonna swing with this 4/4. Essentially just cost me 1 mana because I do get another mana. Okay, and then I have 5/10. Play Briefcase. Crack Briefcase. If I find a Stroke, I'm gonna keep that open. Duress. Sure. Maybe they have Sunfall, that's a likely card, yeah. It's a pretty likely card to have at this point. Okay, so again, the question, do I exile the Beanstalk? That hurt migration at this point doesn't necessarily kill me. It draws them a card. Leyline Binding, of course, would draw them a card. What threats do I have to get rid of? That doesn't, like a Topiary Stomper, it doesn't really matter at this point. Posing Leyline Binding doesn't matter. Like the 7 mana card, the Virtue of Persistence would of course matter a little. Yeah, I have Atraxa in my graveyard. It doesn't matter. That is a card that I would need to keep the Leyline for. Atraxa, probably if they find an Atraxa, I just lose no matter what. So it doesn't really matter if I keep the Leyline for that. Okay, I'm gonna just get rid of the Beanstalk, I don't know. Okay. I'm just gonna trust into auto tapper there. Alright. 4, 5, 7. Just gonna keep cycling. Okay. I guess cycle one more time. Just trying to look for that Disdainful Stroke. Nope. Oh, they drew a counterspell. I guess I could have cycled one more time for the Disdainful Stroke. So they already used up 2 Sunfall. They can counter this with the Disdainful Stroke, which is kind of funny. So they used 2 Sunfall. I have 17 power. I think I want to make it 20. So I just have them in 2 turns dead. 21 power, 2-turn clock. Okay, that's fine. They're probably gonna go for the Beanstalk, right? Yeah. Guess I could have played around that. I could have, like, in response, with the Leyline Binding trigger on the stack, I could have. Okay, it's not bad. And I assume they have the Disdainful Stroke, although I don't know. That is a good draw for me. That is a lot of insurance. Oh, nice. Okay, well, I guess I attack. I down trade, but that's fine. I'm gonna get rid of the Beanstalk again. Maybe they did. I don't know. Like, that was weird that they tapped out of blue. I thought they had a Disdainful Stroke. I'm pretty sure they have it. Maybe they just mistapped somehow. I'm at 20 cards in library. Okay. This is just wild. So to do the beast's attack. If I attack with everybody, I might like die on the swing back. Yeah, I should be careful. It's just these 2 guys. Double stroke, I'm pretty secure as well. They're gonna go for the block there. A bit surprised. Like, I would just double block 1 creature, I think, there. So keep the 4/4 around to block my free freeze and just take 4 continuously. So now these guys can attack freely. And then next turn you even have a double block on the other 4/4 because you have 2 beasts still surviving. So that was just not a good block. They've used the Boseiju. Maybe they have a up, maybe they have a Destroy Evil. Or another Leyline Binding. Okay. Well, let's play that, I guess. I think it's just gonna get Disdainful Stroked. Yeah. Not surprised. Okay. So how conservative do I want to be? This is... should be okay, right? Maybe just 2. Okay, just 2. Playing super safe. Trading anyways, okay. At that point we have a free turn clock on them. 2 Disdainful Stroke in hand. I think I should have this. Down to 1 Disdainful Stroke. Opponent doesn't have counter magic up, notably, just 1 island. These games have been crazy. Yeah, maybe Mirrex isn't as big of a part as I initially thought. But there's just so much stuff that overpowers it, and Sunfall. Hi. 16 cards in library. Do I have another stroke? No. Okay, opponent has seen enough. Woo! Wow. Crazy. That was impressive. God. I wonder how that game 1 would have gone if I didn't make that misplay, but I think I played this game pretty well. Yeah, crazy. I was pretty behind after they dropped the Atraxa. I think it was a crucial decision that I did not go for the Sunfall as my first spell because the Atraxa probably wouldn't have been enough to stabilize. So it was good that I played Atraxa first. Yeah. Alright, well, this has been a freaking super long video already. So I'm going to leave it at 2 matches for now for this one. But, you know, like the ramp deck is real, that's for certain. This is one of the strongest decks in the format. And we just beat Esper midrange, which is, you know, the best deck in the format, I would say. So perhaps if you're into a strategy like this, it's not a bad choice in the mid-range world right now. All right, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you next time.